Please watch this video to the very end so that you can get a full details of what I'm doing here as to what I'm trying to prove. It all comes together. So what I want to look at today is we have on the right the STOUFFER'S Deluxe. On the left we have the STOUFFER'S Deluxe French Bread Pizza. They both have a quantity of 2. The one you'll notice says now with 50% more cheese. This one doesn't. At Meijer's, I buy a bunch of these and put them in the freezer. These were $2.48. Today, $3.99. Soon as they came out with this 50% more cheese. So what I'm wondering is, I want to take a look and see if this is a marketing ploy just to increase substantially the price. Now we all know food's going up. I've had these a while now. They're in the freezer, so this is older stock. This is newer, and what I want to see is how much is 50% cheese of very little. 50% of very little is still very little, so you're not paying. The increase in cheese is not commensurate, in my opinion, to the excessive increase in the price, just because it's telling you 50% more cheese. So to me, I'd rather a company just keep a product and not play these games, because how are you going to show 50% more cheese is really nil when there's hardly any to begin with on it. Now it didn't matter whether you got the deluxe or the pepperoni. They were all the same price. Now both of these packages are unopened. So what I'm going to do is let's open the one up first that's touting 50% more cheese. Trying to do this without damaging the hell out of the box. May not be possible. Let me just pull one out. Okay, and what I'm going to do is mark this with a blue X. So the 50% more cheese has the blue X. Now let's open up the other one, which is just prior to that. It doesn't tell you you're getting 50% more cheese. And we'll just pull one out of there. And this one will be left unmarked. Now something I did is I drew around this to get the approximate profile of these pizza bread. And here you see it. So what I want to do is I've got to let some of this moisture in here, some of this frozen stuff, I'm going to let it melt a little bit so it's easier to see the cheese in there. Now there isn't much cheese on here. I couldn't tell you how much. I haven't measured it. But what I want to do is try to approximate using this good Kraft mozzarella. I love mozzarella cheese. So I bought some of this mozzarella cheese for one reason, because it's and this might be a little bit bigger. This is smaller. But what I want to show is I'm going to put some cheese, some of this, spread it over here to mimic what's on the pizza breads. We're going to measure that out and give you and see what 50% more of that is, just to see again. When they market this stuff and they tell you it's got 50% more cheese, it's really hardly anything. I think it's just a way for them, because immediately as soon as they were out of that older box, as soon as it came out with 50% more cheese, the price jacked up. So to me, that was their ploy, letting you think you're getting something when you're really getting hardly anything for the money. Okay, so it started to melt pretty decent. So now here is the blue X, which is the 50% more. We're going to put it in the blue dish. Try to, because there is some cheese down below. Get all that out of there. So there's the 50% more with the blue X's in the blue dish. And then we're going to put the old box, the original, shall I say. So let's, and I know this isn't 100% scientific, because you'd actually have to know how much they're putting on, but let's take a look at this. Again, the 50% more cheese supposed to be on this. We got the rest that fell out of the bottom of the packaging. I mean, I don't know. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get what I'm calling the original with nothing marked as 50% more. Let me see if I can get this to focus. Okay, I had to shut it off to get it to refocus better. I'm not using high-end equipment here. And we see this. Again, it's kind of hard to tell, isn't it? I mean, it really is. Alright, so let's try this now. And again, this is a little bit finer cheese. What I'm just trying to do is possibly copy what they might have. Now this is on there pretty thick. Go with one more here maybe. So, and again, the mozzarella that the Kraft that I bought is a much finer, where the stuff they're putting on the Stouffer's is a thicker cheese. So now I've got an 1/8 inch measure cup, so I'm just going to put that in here. Well, actually I can see that that's not going to work, so here's a 1/4 cup. Maybe I should have just put a 1/4 cup on there, but let's just do this. Alright. So right about a 1/4 cup is what I've put on there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an 1/8 of a cup, which is half of a 1/4. Damn bag doesn't want to sit worth a hell, worth a damn. Alright, and so we'll just call that. Now let me set those there, and I'm going to clean this much off the counter. So now we'll take the 1/8 of a cup, because this is what I sat down on my template. Just happened to be about a 1/4 of a cup sitting in there. Now I'm going to take my 1/8 of a cup and just spread it around on that template. So as you can see, the point I'm trying to prove is 50%, say it was a 1/4 cup they're using, okay? 50% is only an 1/8 of a cup. It's not worth that much of a drastic price increase. And again, I understand, guys, how things have increased. The point is, immediately after they came out with the new box, it jumped. And I don't know, like I said, as soon as I saw that and as soon as I saw the 50%, I said, they're screwing you around. But companies can do what they want. But to me, you know, I just thought it was a little bit, I don't know, just distasteful the way they did that. Now we can look at the weight on the box, and the original is 12 3/8 ounces, whereas the 50% more box is 12 3/4 ounces. So that's 3/8 of an ounce more cheese if we go by the fact that that's what they're putting more of on, and everything else remains the same. Now, according to Google, 3/8 of an ounce, which is the difference between the two, is equal to 10.631 grams. So now we've got the scale here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what I had measured out originally on the cardboard template, and I'm going to try to, let me get it put together here so that it's somewhat neat. So there you are, guys. I was pretty much correct. Okay, because we remember Google's never wrong. 3/8 of an ounce. I asked it, how much is 3/8 of an ounce? How much is that equal to a gram? Because I wanted to go into a finer measurement on my scale here. So let's look at this again, boys and girls. 3/8 of an ounce, which is 0.375 as a what do you call it? As a decimal, is equal to 10.631 grams. What are we looking at there? That 1/8 of a cup measure in my example, the old 1/8 of a cup that I had, which was on that template, which you saw I put right back on, is more, 11.3. So, basically, guys, there's your increase from Stouffer. Thank you, Stouffer.